What is up, DTube hexagons? So today I want to talk a little bit about computing power and hex mining. So, well, as most hexagons already do know about, we recently had a pretty cool event with Uniswap, the Uni airdrop for everyone that had used the Uniswap Ethereum decentralized exchange per address. If they had used it at least once to do a trade, could have even been a failed trade, they got 400 Unicoins that is worth $2,000, and they got that for free. And without any questions asked, you could claim it and then instantly do what you want with it. If you want to sell it for any other coin, could do it. And yeah, it's like interesting because this probably is the most insane airdrop ever happened in crypto history. I think it was 100 million unis that got airdropped so that people could claim for people that have used Uniswap, so 400 per Ethereum address. And it's just fascinating for me. This free money, it's like super cool because it can be life changing for a lot of people. Usually you don't get like $2,000 like super easy. So that's even more than the US government gave a lot of people here. US government gave people like stimulus checks of like $1,200 or something like that. Here we have like an airdrop where people are getting $2,000 per Ethereum address, and guys that use like 10 or 20 or 30 Ethereum addresses got $2,000 per one of those addresses. And it's like, that's like really interesting to see. I would say that a lot of this, why it's possible, is because computing power. Like, we're getting more limitless or more of an abundant people getting access to more computing power, and they can do more things with it. Then they can do more interesting things with data. A couple of years ago, this was out of the question because, well, we didn't have a decentralized system, a decentralized system like Uniswap, a decentralized exchange also like Uniswap a couple of years ago. So if you got an airdrop, you first had to go to a centralized exchange, and it usually wasn't like a quick like surprise thing that just came out of nothing. So here, like, people got these unicoins and they could sell it instantly, and a lot of people sold their uni for more hex and staked it before big payday, which is kind of cool because some people staked it for 15 years, some people for 5 years, 3 years, but a lot of people are gonna 3 to 5x their coins just on that alone, because just because they got the uni airdrop here before the big payday that is on November 19th. uh, it's they can like get 3x more coins, and that's obviously very cool that people got that opportunity. So a lot of people that may have just like, I don't know, done like a small trade of like $100 with Uniswap, that they get $2,000 instantly. That's pretty epic. So I want to talk a little bit about hex mining and computing power in this video, because it seems like mining of value is getting easier. Okay, so I could take an example. Like, if a person staked 4 million hex for 5 years in 3 days in interest right now with the APY in hex, they already gotten in terms of mining of new value of new hex. In 3 days, they already have earned 9,000 hex, and that is around $30 for a stake of 4 million hex for 5 years. I mean, I think it's just fascinating. Like that's like a lot of value, and yeah, it's just like cool because a lot of people are still in this old mindset that for mining value you need some expensive hardware. So CPU or GPU mining, for example, as people are doing with Bitcoin and Ethereum, how it works with HEX is you use monetizing time, right? So people that delay gratification and rewards into the future, they can mine value, they can mine more value right now. That is, I think, is very, very innovative, and it's like fun to see it. It's fun to see how fast this. I think how fast this is going to evolve this space, because I think one of the reasons why cryptocurrency has been kind of slow to evolve is because, first of all, most people don't even have coins. And if people don't even have any coins, how can you have any utility? So we're 7 billion people on the planet, and almost no people have cryptocurrency, right? So the only way to fix that is to print a lot of coins. And that's what we're going to do the next 5 to 10 years. There's going to be a lot of printing of coins. So first, people can get coins, and then when everyone has coins, and when everyone has a wallet, and everyone know more about like decentralized finance, and know more about like proof of brain systems, like what DTC is developing. When people are more aware of that, and when they have even better smartphones and better computers, and people have coins and people have wallets, that is when stuff is actually going to become, you're going to find insane, amazing utility then. Because yeah, like I can take an example. For example, I bought first I bought a domain. I was able to buy a domain name with BitPay and using Ethereum and MetaMask, and it was very, very pleasant experience. Like, okay, cool, I can buy a domain now with crypto. That was a pleasant experience. I can take another example. Like, I bought 30 days of Spotify premium membership, and I paid with Ethereum there as well, and it was a very, very pleasant experience. So we're starting to see this a little bit, that we're getting a little bit more utility out of crypto, that you can, that some more services you can pay with crypto. And then when millions of people eventually have wallets with crypto, because we're going to print a lot the next 5 to 10 years, and the more we print, the more utility you will have. And then when millions of people have wallets and so on, then companies are going to find it like, okay, maybe we should look into this crypto thing again, because when everyone eventually has a wallet, it's like it makes sense for them to accept crypto as a valid payment. It hasn't made sense these first 10 years for them to do that, because almost nobody has any crypto, and they don't have a wallet, and they haven't had like a smartphone, like a really good phone with a wallet, where when a merchant comes, it's like, yeah, they now we're starting to move into this phase where it actually, you're gonna start to make a little bit more sense eventually for more merchants and online services to eventually accept crypto. And and a lot of people have gotten this wrong in kind of crypto, where they believe we can't print more crypto for some reason, because I don't know, they're trying to make this Bitcoin scarcity argument, but it kind of falls flat when you're used looking at the simple fact that Bitcoin still has inflation, but it's being paid to the miners. But Bitcoin has had like massive inflation the last 10 years. Like 2011, it had, I think, 140% inflation or something like that, and then it's been gradually going down. But yeah, I mean, obviously you need both. You need both printing, and you need both, and you also need scarcity. Um, but since we are so many people on the planet, 7 billion people, we need to print a lot. Like, that's probably the thing that we should focus on first. Like great game theory, great proof of brain, and if we have that thing, and we have a culture of people holding their coins, you can print a lot. and it's not gonna affect. It's not gonna, and you can still remain value, because when people understand that they're supposed to hold something and not just constantly dumping it, then yeah, you can print more coins. And the only reason why people have been selling a lot of coins is because they have been usually in bad game theory systems, or the community kind of sucks. But if you fix, so you have an amazing community, and you have amazing game theory, and you have amazing code, and you have amazing branding, then everyone want to hold that, because it becomes pretty obvious. Okay, we have amazing value here. I think it's going to be super fascinating, super fascinating the next 10 years to see where computing power is going to go. So if we already can have like crazy events, like this uni airdrop right now, where everyone got $2,000, everyone that used Uniswap and went and claimed it. If we have an event like this right now, why would that stop as we move forward into the future? Like, obviously, so we've had airdrops in the past. We had the best airdrop ever right now. I don't think this is gonna stop. Like, we're probably gonna have even more airdrops in the future, and they're probably gonna be even more epic than what we have experienced, because stuff, computing power wise, like, stuff just seems to be getting better. The more intelligent, the more people feed on each other, and becoming smarter all the time, we are getting better systems, even though some years stuff seems to be going a little bit backwards. But then we see like a recent uptick and spike in some innovative thing happening. For example, this year, how hexagons popularized Uniswap, and you've seen just the last couple of months the amount of value flowing into Ethereum, and the liquidity moving into billions of dollars. This is very exciting, because we didn't have this a couple of years ago, like decentralized ecosystem with billions of dollars in liquidity. And I talked about it in 2018, that eventually we're gonna move into like trillions of dollars of liquidity systems. And when you have that, you can just do more cool things in the world, because you have easier access to value. So if someone has a really great idea, they can get funds pretty fast, and we can see, okay, can we do something here pretty fast? Can we do something cool over here? And it's also nice how Ethereum is well, people don't mind paying a high fee to miners, because it's just nicer with decentralized systems. So I guess like people willing to pay more. So basically, Ethereum miners seems to be earning more than Bitcoin miners, and that's kind of interesting. Also, people willing to pay more, people, because it's like it's nice with like decentralized systems with like instant access to liquidity without any questions asked. So yeah, it's also interesting how most people haven't discovered Hex still, because it's still being gatekept. And I can't wait to see when when eventually when eventually people, when this launch phase is kind of over, and people see Hex is still here, then I think probably more people are going to try out HEX for their first time in 2021, and that's going to be kind of cool, because most people that have been complaining about HEX and the way HEX is being mined, they have never really tried. They've never really went to hex.com and tried the staking mechanism that you can try out on go.hex.com if you do have some HEX. And yeah, there's just like, stuff is changing so fast now. So I understand a lot of people that a lot of people are skeptical, because it has usually worked in the past, because a lot of stuff in crypto has been nonsense. But then an outlier project comes like Hex, that actually is super amazing, and that actually is honest and audited and complete and no expectations, and it just blindside most people in crypto. So I'm curious to see how most people that have been skeptical, how they're gonna behave in 2021 when they see Hex is still here. It's gonna be very, very fascinating. As I talked a little bit about in the past, that it doesn't really take much for Hex to enter top 10 crypto, top 5 to 10 crypto. It would already be there right now, I think, with like a 2x price pump, or maybe it's like a 3x price pump. Actually, right now the 3x price pump, I think it's like top 5 crypto right now. It would be, and I think more and more people are gonna start to pay attention then when it's like in the top tens, and that's gonna be interesting to see. So it's been nice also with Hex to see the API constantly going up. So it seems like we're moving soon into, at least for our 10-year Hex stakers, that they're moving into 40 to 50% APY. And it's at around 12,000 total percentage yield. That's like that's like very, very interesting, right? So I remember a couple of months ago, for these 10-year Hex stakers, they were at, maybe it was like 26% APY or something like that, and now it's at around 37%, moving quickly up to 38%. And it's interesting because now I think 5-year stakers, they're moving into like 27%, and it's nice to see those APYs kind of constantly going up, and it's going to be fun to see what happens here before big payday, if there is a FOMO, and probably, as we know, like volatility is probably going to be insanely wild in Hex, as at least the next I would say the first 2 months before the big payday, and probably the next 3 months after the big payday, because there's a lot of big stakes that are coming out of stake, and we don't know if they're gonna restake, or what they will do with that Hex, if they will sell it on the market. Who really knows? So I like how Hex mining is extremely mainstream friendly. So it's easy for the average person to understand, monetize time. If you stake more Hex for longer, you get more shares, you get a higher APY. You only have to start a stake, and then you can come back years later and end the stake. Very mainstream friendly mining way, because I see people in online forums, they want to mine some value, right? But they don't know about Hex, so they're starting to look at, okay, should I buy some hardware, or should I buy some expensive hardware and some GPUs, and kind of try to mine some other coin. The problem with that is like, that is too competitive probably right now, and it's not you're not really getting that much mad gains. And as we know, like, Hex has had the highest gains of all the cryptos in 2020, so it seems like Hexicans made a wise decision. Yeah, so that is it's nice. It's nice. Like, I always found it fascinating studying computing power, see how computers get faster all the time, see how smartphones are getting better all the time. It's going to be exciting to see when the Staker app comes out from the founder of Hex.live, Steph, and I think he's working also with Firebun, and they're doing this Staker app for Hex, so you will be able to have Hex in your smartphone, and you will be able to start stakes way easier than right now. So right now, usually you may have to use like a desktop computer or something like that to do some stakes. But I think in the future here with the Staker app, which should come out soon. It's going to be way more. It's going to be in your phone, and it's going to be more mainstream friendly to do stakes. And I think also you'll be able to combine a lot of stakes in the same window, and maybe get the average, median average of all of your stakes. It's going to be very, very exciting to kind of see maybe that be in the stake wrap. We don't know when it's gonna come out, but probably in the next couple of months, and that's gonna be kind of cool because everyone knows how pleasant it is to use Hex.live. It is a very aesthetically pleasing website, and yeah, it's just nice seeing those fast APIs pulling price super fast, way better than all of the other coin rank websites. Yeah, it's fun to follow this smart contracts. Uh, yeah, that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. Have a great day, DTube and Hexcams.